Hi there, it's Spencer here. I just want to do a quick little demonstration showing you how to get started using Microsoft Forms and how to begin creating forms as well as quizzes as well. They're very simple to get started and create. So in this quick little video, I just want to show you basically the ins and outs, how simple it is to set up and create, how to share these with students, how to share these with members of staff, um, and yeah, just show you where to go basically and how to start creating them. Now, the first thing you want to do is to get onto this homepage I'm on, which is like your Forms homepage. You need to go to, this is up here, office.com. So if you log on to office.com, you can do that from any device. It can be from your phone as well if you so wish. It can be wherever you are. Just sign in with your work email address basically, and it'll come up with your Office 365 homepage. Simply click on Forms, which is like this little greeny coloured logo as you can see here. Looks a little bit like this. That's exactly what it is actually. Click onto that and it'll pop up with this little screen here. So this is like your home pages where you can easily go onto forms you've made in the past. You can obviously create new ones as well on the left hand side here. And you can also have a look at any forms that might be shared with you. So if a colleague wants you to collaborate on a form, they'll be under one of the shared forms or group forms as well up the top here. So as I said, you've got the new form and you've got the new quiz. So a form can be used to collate feedback from students as well as staff. You can have a look at pie charts and whatnot in there. You can export it out to Excel. That's more, a form is used for a bit of feedback, so more for opinions, seeing if people understand it, etc. etc. Where a quiz is literally like a little simple to create quiz. So you can ask questions in there, put pictures in there, documents, wherever it may be. Obviously, get the students to answer. Obviously, they sign in with their email address or their college email address, whatever it may be, and then they can obviously answer that on the form itself. Once we've completed it, you can go back in and you can have a little review. I'll show that in a second. What I'll do first, I'll do the quiz because the form's quite similar. Use some of the principles of the quiz, but the quiz is probably what you might be using it for more than the form. But I'll show you a little bit now. So if I click onto new quiz, you'll see it load up. It doesn't take too long, as you can see here. So it creates it all for you basically. So to get started, all you have to do is click in this box here, and you can put a name for your quiz, so whatever it may be. You can put a description as well if you so wish, so then give the students a little bit more of an insight as to what they might be doing this for. One might be asked to complete this little quiz, etc., etc. Yeah, and you can put an image up here as well if you wish as well. So, and I'll sort of plonk it in this area here basically. Now, before I get started and showing you the different areas in there, I just want to show you you've also got your theme section up here as well. So if you click on theme, you can choose from these stock images if you so wish. I'll go for this nice little under the sea one. But you can upload your own ones as well. So to make it a little bit more personal rather than just the stock green or purple which you normally come with. So it makes it a little bit different, makes it a little bit more fun, I suppose, as well. So I'm going to click off of that and that will hide it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on add new. As you can see here, I've got a few different options. So by standard, just the stock default options, you can see I've got choice, text, rating, and date, and then on the arrow here, you've got some other ones as well, like a ranking and a file upload. Now, the ones that you'll probably use more often are your choice and your text, possibly your rating ones as well. Your ranking one you may want to use. Personally, I haven't found much use for it at the moment in time. If you want to ask students to rank different platforms and how comfortable we are with using different things, could be a good option. I'm not too sure. And file upload as well if you want them to upload a Word document or a PDF. It's not really supposed to be used as like a file submission, anything like that, but can be if you haven't got any other alternatives or you just want this one place. It can be used as a file upload. The other bits and pieces aren't all that necessary, but the section can be used to split up your form or split up your quiz a little bit if you so wish. So if you want this section at the top here to be about Unit 1 and you want this bit down here to be about Unit 2, you can put in a section. I'll show you this before anything else. You can split it up basically. Click off of it. As you can see, it sort of splits up a little bit, so you can have further questions down here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on Add New. I'll show you how to add a choice, for example. So if you put in a question here, so whatever it may be, does this make sense? You can also put another here as well if you so wish. Now, as you can see, I've got some suggested options here. So depending on what you've put in here, it might come up with some suggested options: true, false, sorry, happy, sad. So depending on what question you put in, it'll give you some suggested options based on what other sort of Office 365 customers have typed in. If you so wish, you can click on them and they'll add it into your little options down here. But if not, you can add in your own, wherever you may feel necessary. Now, because this is a quiz, you have correct options. Obviously, I've done this more as a little form here, but you can, if you're doing it as a quiz, you can click on the little tick button on the right hand side here. That means it's a correct answer. So if I said for this question here, I know I haven't done it as a proper question, but so for example, yes is the correct answer. Click on the correct answer, I'll get a point for that. You've also got the little section here, which is like a little bit of feedback. So if someone puts that answer, you can put in like, correct, done, oops, well done. And if they put the incorrect answer, you can obviously put a bit of feedback there, and this is the correct answer, etc., etc. So yeah, that's a little bit of an option. Now you can also add other options. If you want 5 options, you can do that, 4 options. Now, and you can also do it as a required down here as well. So some questions might be suitable for certain learners. You might want all them to complete the questions, etc., etc. So if you click on required, that means they won't be able to go on to the next question or submit the actual quiz until they've answered that question. Now, if I click on to add new, as you can see, you've got a text option as well. So this is very similar. Put in your question here. They can put in their own answer. Now, you can go in and grade it yourself, or you can click on add answer down here. So it's something in particular. So if I did, what is the capital city of France? The only correct answer would be Paris. So they'd get a point for typing in Paris there, basically. So you can do automatic grading, but obviously, if you want to do a longer answer, you can go in and grade it yourself later on, rather than do it on here. It's just a personal opinion, really, isn't it? I suppose. So, depending if you've got long answers or if it's the capital city of France, there's only one possible answer. It's just going to be Paris. That's one word answer. So it just depends on what you're going to do, basically. You've got a rating as well, which is just down here. So, how highly did they think of something? Does this make sense? You can do either a rating out of starting from 2 and going down to 10. So, whatever you may found preferable. They can choose between 2 symbols as well, a number or a star. That's another little option as well. First, I'm not too big of a fan of the rating one, but obviously for younger learners, it might work a little bit better. For those with additional learning needs, they might find the stars a bit of an easier way to learn. I'm not too sure personally, but obviously it's all personal preference, so you might find that really relevant. And of course, you've also got your option to do a date. So if you want to put in a date in the calendar, when do they have training or when do they do this, you can do that as well. And you've got a ranking, as I said. I want to show you now with the section what it actually looks like if I split this up. So as you can see, I've got a little line break in there. So I can have section 1 for this here. I can have section 2 for this section. Does that make sense? So yeah, it's quite simple to start creating your forms and your quizzes, as I said. So this is a quiz. The form runs in a very similar way, apart from you can't do correct answers. It's just an opinion, basically, and then you can review it at the end. Now you can go back in and you can have a look at your responses. So I'll show you how to do that now. Now, so once you've shared your form with your students, I'll show you how to do that quickly. Remember, I didn't do that. So at the top page, you can see you've got the share option. There's a few ways you can do it. So you can just copy this code here. You can share out to students via email. It says down here. You can copy and paste it into Teams, whatever you might find beneficial. Yeah, so there's a few different ways you can do it. But you've also got down here, it says you can share as a template so other colleagues can build on it, or you can share to collaborate. So basically, You can share this with them, and if they make changes, it'll be on your one as well. So this is one collaborative form or quiz basically. Now, if I back out, so if I click on forms at the top here, and if I click on to test, say for example, a couple of students have filled out my form and I want to look at their results. I click onto the actual test, as you can see. Click onto responses at the top. It should just be myself. Yeah, so as you can see, it gives you a little brief overview. So how long it took, average to complete, like the mean time. So it's just myself that completed it, so it's 10 seconds. I can have a look at all these little pie charts. Obviously, it's not going to be all that colourful because, as I say, it's just myself that's filled it out. What you can do as well, you can click on review answers and it'll bring up all the student scores, so you can filter through. So as it's just myself, I can see all my answers there. Now, I can go in, as I said, I can grade it, so I can give them out of how many points. You have to set that up in the actual quiz itself. I'm not sure if you saw when I'm setting it up, it says the points out at the bottom there. You can go in and add the points here if you so wish. Gives them feedback on the right hand side here, so you can say this is really good, you got this one correct, not too sure what you put for this one, etc, etc, which is quite a nice little thing. If I back out as well, you can export it to Excel if you want to do more complex graphs, or if you want to save it in one big spreadsheet. There's lots of different things you can do with it. Considering how sort of simple it is to get started using forms and quizzes within forms, it's really quite a powerful tool. I'm not sure what you think, but I love using it. It's really simple to get started, and also for the students as well as colleagues as well. It's really good to get sort of correlated data, see what people think. As I said, this one, although it's not obviously like a proper form or a proper quiz or anything like that, it only took me 10 seconds to actually get signed on and complete it. So it's compared to other tools which allow you to sort of check progress and whatnot. It's a nice, simple way, in my opinion. But yeah, that's a nice quick overview of Microsoft Forms and the quizzes within Forms. I'll go into detail later on if you so wish, but for now, that's my little brief overview. Thank you.